You're going to be free to touch stuff. There is some soapy water here if you want to wash your hands afterwards. Let Ella and I and Dr. B go through this. Make sure there's nothing in here that's going to hurt you guys. Yeah, so I think one of the most obvious things in there is this little guy. So this is called a furfish. So furfish, one of the I guess not necessarily closely related to pufferfish, but very similar in appearance. One thing about these guys is they basically have a beak for a mouth. If they bite you, it hurts really bad. Ask me how I know. I had one latch onto my finger and it wouldn't let go for like 5 minutes. Left a really nasty blood blister. If anyone wants to touch this, you can, and we're gonna let this guy go.
Look at this guy.
Anybody want to hold the burpfish? You don't want to hold it? No, I actually caught two. That's a shark.
Atlantic sharp-nosed shark. Pass him around. And get him back in the water.
Don't stick your finger in its mouth.
Right.
It is sharp, but it won't hurt you.
These guys are pretty common here. Just a baby.
So when you rub a shark, if you rub it one way, it's smooth. If you rub it the other way, it's like sandpaper. And that's because of the way their scales are arranged.
So their skin is what's made of what's called dermal denticles. So they're like little tiny teeth that make up their skin.
Now what are these?
This is just a silver
I think I think that's either a little weak fish or white trout, sand trout.
You tell by their mouth what they do for a living. They have a terminal mouth, so they eat water, fish in the water column. These have an inferior mouth pointed downwards. Right? So redfish is a good example of that. So they live, look a lot the same. They live in pretty much the same area.
Some of the shrimp we caught were pretty big. You can, if everyone's done looking at that guy, you can just set him overboard.
Toss him over.
I'm gonna toss the shark now.
I think we're gonna, if you want to just make a pile of those, Dr. B.
Don't touch. Jelly.
Yeah, don't touch that.
You want a paddle. So here's a ray. These rays are closely related to sharks. This ray is called a butterfly ray, a smooth butterfly ray. They don't actually have that venomous spine like the stingrays do that everyone's probably familiar with. The stingrays you gotta watch out for at the beach. These guys are essentially harmless. So I can pass this around. If anybody wants to hold it, you're welcome to.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty.
Nice blue crab.
Oh, pretty.
Is this one blue crab food?
So this ray, this is one of the rays you have to watch out for. So if you guys look right below my right hand there is a spine along its tail. That spine, not only is it sharp, but it's also venomous. That will ruin your vacation pretty quick. When you're at the beach, you do not want to step on one of these. Be very careful. I'm gonna get him off the boat. Yeah, do you see the spine right there? Goodbye. Yep. Here is another, this fish right here, this is another reason why we don't let people just grab things. This is called a sea robin. Sea robin actually have these venomous spines along their head and on their back, along their gill plates. I've heard it feels like a bee sting. I've never been pricked by one, but not something I'm hoping to happen.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. That's part of it.
Yeah, so we did catch a lot of different fish. Some of these little fish, like this guy, are croaker. This is called a croaker. Croaker are called croaker because they make a croaking noise. You can set them overboard. So a lot of the fish we have around here are in the drum family, and they actually make noise. So people don't realize a lot of the fish we have around here do make noise. They vocalize to attract mates. They don't use vocal cords. They actually have a muscle called a sonic muscle that hits against their swim bladder and makes a noise. So these guys are called croaker because they croak. Sometimes when we catch a lot of them in the net, they hold net croaks.
These are called Atlantic reef squid. They're pretty cool. If you can see those little spots, those are called chromatophores. They're little cells with color pigment in them. And underwater, they can expand and contract them. It makes them look like they're flashing. Y'all can pass those around if anyone wants to hold them.
Yeah, all that stuff you learned.
Yeah.
I'll hold this guy.
This is one of the more colorful fish that we catch. This is called a pigfish. So pigfish, just like the croakers, they're called pigfish because they kind of squeal or grunt like a pig. You can't hear it, but I can actually feel him grunting.
Brady, did you see the crab? This is a blue crab. It's a male blue crab.
You guys know how to tell the difference between a male and female blue crab?
Look between my fingers. They have on the underside, they'll have, this is called their apron. The females kind of have a more rounded shape. The males kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower, if you will. So this is a male.
That's the PD.
He's actually missing a claw.
Oh, nice.
Eating action going on.
Huh. Well, we're gonna save that for Jude, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you
That's
just
pretty
make a
cool.
pile of them if you can. There's another blue crab over in that corner by y'all
Look at
too.
this.
Oh, he's down there.
What is going on
Look
there?
over there. That's a good size jellyfish is eating.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
So here's something pretty interesting. This is another thing that we have to be careful with. This is called a mantis shrimp. So mantis shrimp aren't closely related to the shrimp that we eat. They are called mantis shrimp because they have these arms. Their arms kind of fold up like a praying mantis, and they're actually able to extend those arms to punch with the speed of a .22 caliber bullet. So they punch those arms out really fast. This species of mantis shrimp has basically spear points for arms. They sit in the mud or the sand and they basically spear little fish and things that swim by. Not something you want to get to get punched by. They also have more different kinds of cones in their eyes than any other organism on Earth. So these guys can actually see colors that we can't even imagine. Pretty cool. They get a lot bigger than this. This is a little one. But we're gonna throw them overboard. The colloquial name for them are nail splitters, if that gives you any indication of. Yeah,
The jumbos?
there's some big ones. That's a shrimpzilla.
That's a sea robin, Brady. That fish. It's called a sea robin. Those can hurt you. The one, yeah.
Oh,
This is not a pompano. This is a harvest fish. So harvest fish are pretty cool. These guys actually have a neat relationship with a type of jelly we have here, moon jellyfish, if anyone's ever heard of those. When these guys are small, they spend a lot of time hanging out under the moon jellies. I think the moon jelly catches things in its tentacles, and these guys steal them, right? Steal what the jelly catches.
Save them a lot of trouble.
So we see a lot of jellyfish eating shrimp.
Yeah.
You know, some of
Jellyfish
them
eat shrimp.
don't survive even being caught in the net.
Almost
Some of
anything
them
here will eat shrimp larvae.
unfortunately perish on the table. We're trying to get everything back into the
What is this?
water as quick as we can.
That's a
You don't
sea
wanna touch
robin.
Yes.
Do you want
Some
those?
fish.
The spines will.
Yeah, I see them.
Here,
We- We have them in our aquarium. Yeah, I mean,
Do you have a saltwater aquarium?
we have a, yeah.
This fish, these are one of the cooler looking fish we catch. This is called a look down fish. These guys are kind of almost paper thin, especially when they're small. Look down fish are popular in the pet trade. When people keep these in aquariums, they're
silver
an
dollars.
aquarium that was like this big, so they definitely get bigger than this. Yeah, I don't know what they're looking down at.
I'm looking down at my feet. Probably looking down at the shark.
Probably looking down for sharks. Yeah.
Y'all
Are
can
you
pick up
staying in
those
the cutlass fish for the guy in the big fish in harbor?
What'd you say,
Guy in the harbor, you saving the cutlass fish for him?
No.
Anybody want one?
He's not down here today.
Y'all can take a look at those. They're pretty cool. Brady, did you hold the cutlass fish? Pass that around.
Yeah, if you look at the teeth on those cutlass fish, they're pretty big. Those guys probably eat a lot of small fish and shrimp as well.
Look at that.
Yeah, they got some big
Brady,
teeth.
pass that around to anyone else who wants to hold it. Oh, okay.
This little guy, it's called a striped drum.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Smaller drum species.
Here's another sea star. If
Aw.
anyone wants to hold that guy. Yeah, he'll grow that back. We hope.
I think the dolphin or the sharks got to this one. Probably the dolphins. The dolphins typically will eat the tails and spit out the heads. You want to start shuffling stuff off. Grab the shrimp and throw the process you're going through right
It's
now.
funny how so many of
So,
them look like the body plan. Predators kind of cue on the body plan. So it doesn't matter who they eat, species wise.
We're keeping
They're all the
shrimp and
same
trying to
shape
get
and
everything
size,
back in the
but
water. So she's going to start pushing stuff
So
off
it's like
the boat there.
their own
That's what
school.
the chutes
It's
are.
not related, not related species.
So this process that we're going through, picking out all the shrimp from everything else, that is the same thing that the big commercial boats have to do, and it's all done by hand. There's no machine that does it for them. Sometimes most of the time, they're going to be pouring out a lot more stuff than this when they empty their nets. So it's a lot of work just going through and separating the shrimp from all the bycatch. A lot of times they're also going to separate their shrimp based on size. So if you ever go to the grocery store and buy shrimp, you buy it by a count. That's like number of shrimp to the pound. The big boats are going to organize their shrimp based on how big they are too.
Look at that one. Look at that one.
Yeah, that's a little croaker.
And that one. He's trying to He's trying to grab it.
I think this is a butterfish.
The jellies don't bother you?
Butterfish.
You don't touch it.
No, we don't, but he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't touching. He was touching him with
Horsefish
something
and
else.
butterfish
Well,
look
some
so
of them-
similar to me. It's
He's
hard to
picking up the
tell.
jellies
So
and
this
Oh, he
is
sure
one of the sea stars falling off, and it's got its
So
little.
they don't sting if they don't have the
feet out.
You touch
tentacles.
the back. No, these guys will
But it's
sting.
just
These little
the
palps
water.
here are all sting.
Okay. You just know how to pick them
Hold them
up.
that way, hold them this way.
So this
Good to know.
They
is a sea star. So sea stars are actually really cool. Their whole circulatory system is based on water pressure. They actually have what's called a hydrovascular system. Their feet all move based on water pressure.
Love these kids, they paid attention.
So a sea star can go from really smushy to rock hard too, just based on the pressure of the water in there. Yeah, this fish right here is one of the flatfish that we have around here. I think the flatfish that everyone's probably familiar with are flounder. This is not a flounder, but closely related. This is called a hog choker. Hog choker don't get quite as big. I think they're called hog choker because pig farmers used to try to feed them to their pigs. Pigs will eat anything, and they would basically suction cup to the throats of the pigs and choke the pigs. And what